I got you. Let it vibe real quick. Look.
City eyes, it's time to Bogart. My God, a real nigga, cause he wasn't no flaw. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure, got that shot in the closet by the mob ball. Fuck what they heard, tell them it's all true. Be cautious, that foundation voltage and fall through. They gon' fall. Look, I keep this shit 50 times 2. Ain't no more heart in this game, I'm John Q. The colder than the avalanche, way above average. A fiend's taste sweet, told him make me an apple crisp. Left us in the valley full of bones, this where hope found. Java, come on, man, dark sands get broke down. Riding through Evanston with Mark Quad, telling me how them crackers turn his childhood to a ghost town. Poker stop, nigga, I lay that game down. I feel his pain, cause nothing is the same now. Let my light shine like heaven through a rain cloud. Glock have a fit like my child, so tangent. Try to warn them niggas, we bear arms like tarantulas. Them other niggas rap, I make anthems. I really seen profits under this banner. Made my enemies bow down on camera. Told my design I wanted black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that sunk dirty Diana. Look, I move like a Brazilian, precious cargo. Spirit ancient, but I got a new semi-auto. Wave that bitch around like where's Wardo. Sleep if they won't, I cut through they Z's like I'm Zorro. Pay me for his name, so I gotta keep that steel clutch. Trust me, I'm not what you think. I squeeze till it click like Dorothy when the heels touch. The world got me dumb, I don't feel much. Ride around with Yaradon, just left the state bridge. Looking for a bitch better than Baby's kid. Remember I dropped Quiet Storm, I've been gone never since. Still in the field, fuck them niggas on the fence, yeah.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my actions. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe the slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Ain't no remorse in my blood, Slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is dish served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. That was designed fire for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
Someday you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. One West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy, it get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends, or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but he a domino. So what you sucker trying to do? Rhyming comical, guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all-stars, I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since. All the dominance of one West rising to prominent. Cause I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got Groupons for Uber. Rhymes hard like they been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by in black Impalas, let the semi holler. The showstopper been this proper since the teeny bopper. But now I'm going them off Patron, a premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modified the chopper. The swore heavy, war ready, and that's worth the mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm up on it, ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when the heat's on, none of them can get to the fire around with me. And I had a nigga spin like a tire, but down the D, and I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel to igniter, I'm winning, coming through with the title because UP. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me.
First priest. Present thy registry.
Karunga bar bamba nyamya mbanga shala.
Karunga bar, bamba nyamya, bam yasharala.
Yahabashim Yahshabrakata.
Yahabashim Yashabrakata.
Shala. Laya Shala.
Muslim, face the stand. Point out the dumb, you turn to face the east. You're going to do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Quadash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malakwa. Taba'ah. Ratazak. Hayah. Aisha. Bar Ratazak. Kawah. Hayah. Bashamayim. Nathanawa. Come. Cow. Yawam. What's the lucky now? Come on, walking now. What's the lucky now? Come on, why you now? Wala I. Come on, yaya now. Bonasai one. Above. How was shy now? My young. Right. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Waha'ala. Watapara. I will love you.
Aman. In the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
I cocked the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Ba'ashem. Yahweh Shai. Baba Kashab. Nathanawa. Hakak. Narapa'ah. Call Makalah. Call Madawa. Hakak. Natahar. Hamatazariah. Hakak. Lahaki. Hamati. Hakak. Al-Kawa. Tama'ala. The God's son. Ba'ashem Yahushai. What Aman in the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the leper. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you, so be it. Best is the name of Guns, the name of the loved one. Yahweh. Ba'ashem. Yahweh Shai. Barakli now. Wa Yasharala. Wahabaya. Sapari. Barak. Rapah. Magun. Hagun. The house of Kazar one. The house of Kazar one. The Anderson family. The Luckett family. The McAllister family. The Thornton family. Camille. Francine. Kimber. Done. Kazar one. House of Kazar one.
House of Kazar one.
Billis family.
The Billis family.
Carter family.
The Carter family.
Radcliffe family.
The Radcliffe family.
All Israel. Done.
Kasaiwan's house.
The house of Kazar one.
The house of Kasaiwan.
The house of Kazar one.
The house of Officer Kasaiwan.
The house of Kazar one.
The Sanay family.
The Sanay family.
The Perez family.
The Perez family.
The Mina family.
The Mina family.
All Israel.
All Israel.
Done.
Go ahead.
Azanyala's
family.
Say again.
Arizaka family.
Reyes
family.
All of Yashua.
All Israel. That's wild. No, let's say what the brother said. All of Yasharala. That's what the brother said. Repeat, y'all.
All of Yasharala. Ba'ashem Yahushai. The Wad Aman.
In the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh. Bless us. And Israel. And the school. Bless. Heal. Shield. Protect. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you, so be it.
Psalm 121 in the Hebrew. Isupk.
Isupk.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Al-Hahari.
Al-Hahari.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Izari.
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 Ma'ain.
Ma'ain.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shamayam.
Shamayam.
Wa'aratazah.
Wa'aratazah.
Ayathan.
Ayathan.
Namawat.
Lamawat.
Regal.
Regalka.
Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Hanala'ah.
Hanala'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashun.
Yayashun.
Shawamar.
Shawamar.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazal.
Tazalka.
Al-Yeh.
Al-Yeh.
Yamyaka.
Yamyaka.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashemash.
Hashemash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yakaika.
Yakaika.
Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Balayallah.
Layallah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Makal Rai.
Call Rod.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Afnapash.
After Pashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Taza'at.
Taza'atka.
Baba Wa'ak.
Baba Wa'atka.
Ma'ita.
Mayatha.
Wa'ai.
Wa'ai.
Awalam.
Awalum. In the English. Salaki. I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes unto the hill.
From which cometh my help?
From which cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help come from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel he
that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade upon the right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth
this time forth
and even forevermore.
and forevermore. Psalms 83, the Hebrew. Alahayam.
Alahayam.
Al-Damayam.
Al-Damayam.
Laka.
Laka.
Al-Takarat.
Al-Takarat.
Al-Tashakwat.
Al-Tashakwat.
All. Kayahana.
Kayahana.
Awabiyaka.
Awabiyaka.
Yahama.
Yahama.
Yawan.
Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al-Amaka.
Al-Amaka.
Ya'arayam.
Ya'arayam.
Sawada.
Sawada.
Wayata.
Wayata.
Ya'ai Tazawad.
Ya'ai Tazawad.
Al-Tazapawayaka.
Al-Tazawanyaka.
Amara.
Amara.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakakidam.
Wanakakidam.
Magoya.
Magoya.
Wala'a.
Wala'ai.
Yasakar.
Yasakar.
Shum Yasa'al.
Shum Yasha'ala.
Iwada.
Iwada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawai Tazawad.
Nawai Tazawad.
Laba.
Nabah.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa.
Ayaka.
Ayaka.
Boryat.
Barya.
Yakaratu.
Yakaratwa.
Ahoya.
Ahoya.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Wayashmai.
Wayashmai.
Alayam.
Alayam.
Mawa'aba.
Nawa'ab.
Wahagaria.
Wahagaria.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa'amawan.
Wa'amawan.
Wa'amawlak.
Wa'amalak.
Parashat.
Palashah.
Am Yishabi.
Yashabia.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gum Ashawar.
Gam Ashawar.
Nalawat.
Nalawat.
Aiman.
Imam.
Hayawat.
Hayawat.
Zerawai.
Zerawai.
Labanya.
Labanya.
Lawat.
Lawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Laham.
Laham.
Kamadi.
Kamadi.
Kasaya.
Kasaya.
Sara'ah.
Sarai.
Kayabi.
Kayabi.
Banakar.
Banakal.
Koyashawan.
Koyashawan.
Nasamadu.
Nashamadwa.
Bayan.
Baryan.
Tahira.
Yaira.
Hayawat.
Hayawat.
Daman.
Daman.
La Adama.
La Adama.
Shayatam.
Shayathamba.
Nadab.
Nadab.
Yadmua.
Yadmawa.
Kaira.
Kaira.
Wakasabah.
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 Wakasazalmanai.
Wakasazalmanai.
Kar Nasir Kumba.
Paul Nasir Kamba.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amarwa.
Amara.
Nairashah.
Nayarashah.
Lanawa.
Nalawan.
Ah. Na'awa.
Na'awat.
Alahayam.
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 Shayathamba.
Shayathamba.
Kagagala.
Kagalgala.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
Lapanya.
Lapanya.
Rawaka.
Rawaka.
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash.
Tabaira.
Dabaira.
Ya'ira.
Yaira.
Wakalahaba.
Wakalahaba.
Talahat.
Dalahat.
Hariyam.
Ariyam.
Khan.
Khan.
Dewadatma.
Daradatma.
Basaira.
Basairika.
Wabasa.
Wabasa.
Wapath.
Wapaka.
Tabahalam.
Dabahalam.
Mala'a.
Mala'ai.
Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Kwalawan.
Kalawan.
Waya.
Waya.
Wakwash.
Wakwashwa.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yabash.
Yabashwa.
Waya.
Waya.
Behold.
Behold.
Idiai.
Ai.
Waya.
Waya.
Kapar.
Kapara.
Waya.
Waya.
Abadi.
Abadi.
Waya.
Waya.
Da'ira.
Da'ira. Ira,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Atha,
Atha,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Labat,
Labaka,
Ayuwan,
Ayuwan,
Al, Ka,
Ka,
Haratazah.
Haratazah. In the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace,
And be not still.
and be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh,
For lo,
for lo,
thine enemies make a tumult,
the enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate thee
and they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people,
and consulted
and consulted
against thy hidden one.
against thy hidden one.
They have said,
They have said,
come
come,
and let us cut them off
let us cut them off
from being a nation,
from being a nation.
that the name of Yasharallah
The name of Yasharallah
may be no more remembered.
may no more remember.
For they are consulted together
They have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee,
They have confederate against
the
thee,
tabernacles of Edom,
tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Israelites,
of Moab,
of Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
and Hagarenes,
Gabal,
Gabal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur is also joined with them.
Assur is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They hope in the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah,
do unto them
do unto them
as unto the
as
Midianites,
unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kison,
and the brook of Kison,
which perished at Endor.
which perished in Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became a dome for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb,
Make their nobles like a red,
and like Zael.
like Zaire.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes,
all the princes
as Zabah,
and Zabah
and as Zamuna,
and Zamuna,
who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let us say to
the
ourselves,
houses of Yahweh possession.
house of Yahweh possession,
Oh, my power,
oh my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as a stubble for the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
as the flame sets the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them afraid
make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storms.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy
that they
name.
may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
Oh Yahweh,
let them be confounded
let them be confounded
and troubled
and troubled
forever.
forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to
let
shame
them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high
on the most high,
over all the earth.
over all the earth. Sorry, Mr. Turn. Shabbat, city.
Shalom, Israel. Today we're going to be picking up where we left off last week. Salaki. Last week we were in, was that First Samuel 8 and 15? 9 and 15. There we go. Salaki. Clear that up.
Okay. The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 9, verse 15 in the Hebrew. Wayaha. What?
They said again, it's Lord's name with the word first.
What? Yahweh. Galaha. Asan. Shamarala. Yawan. Akkad.
Salakia. Go back. I said Shamarala.
No, Wayan.
Read that again. Read the other one again.
Yawan.
It's like the other one before that where you just.
Shamarala.
You read it's not it's
Shama'al. Yawan. Akkad. Lapanaya.
There you go.
Bawa'a. Sha'a. Wa. La'a Mara. Verse 16. Ka'aith. Makar. or Ashalaka, Alaya, Alayan,
Cut the end.
Ka,
Alayak.
Alayak, Ayash, Maratsa, Banaya, Ma'an, Wamashaka, Thor, Lanaga, Ya, Nalagayat, Al, Amaya, Yasharala, Waha, Washa, Ya'ai, Ath, I'm a yud. Mayad. Palasha. Dayon. Kaya. Ra'aya. Daya. Ath. I'm a ya. Kaya. Ba'at. Baha. Tasa I qua the wa. Alaya. Verse 17. Washa ma wa la.
Good preach. Try to keep that love for that. Makes it mix some of it all.
Oh, Washama wa. Raha. Ath. Sha'ar. Sha'awa la.
Sha'awal. Should not use that love at the end. Because they of. It's like just like I say I thought because there's no at the end, just sha'awal.
Sha'awa. Waya hawa. Yahweh.
I say that Lord's name is some power.
Wa Yahweh. I na ha wa. Hana ha. Hana. Ha'a. Yash. Ashar. Amara. Daya. Alayak. Saha. Ya'ai. Tasara. Itasar.
Yeah, Itazar.
Itasar. By Maria. By Maya. Verse 18. Waya Gash. Shawa'al. Ath. Shamawa. La. Bata. Wayak. But the walk. Asha'ai Ra. Waya Mara. Amar. Aga Ya. Da. Naha. Laya. Haya. Saha. Kayath. Bayath. Hara'ath. Verse 19. Waya'ain. Shamawal. Ath. Shawa'al. Shawa'al. Wayaha. Mara. Anakaya. Hara'ath. Lapa Naya. Habama Kala Thom Imaya Hayawan Washa La Ka Thaya Tayak, Baba Kashawar,
There's no
Baba
silent.
Kashar,
There's no silently adding syllables. It's bubble core.
Baba Quar, Wakal, Ashar, Balababan, Babalabak, Bak,
Bala
Bala,
babak.
Babak, Agayad, Lak,
Laka, just like the prayer.
Laka. Verse 20, Wala the na wath wath hana ha ba bada wath lak laka or laka haya wan shala shath halamayan al tasham ath labak labaham laham kayam kaya namatasa hua wala ma ya cow hamadath ka
Read the over. Kamadath.
Kamadath. Yasharala. Alawa. Halawa. Lakwa. Laka. Wala kala.
Wala call. Shall not use the anything.
Wala call. Bayath. Abayat. Verse 21. Waya ain shar la sharwa waya mara waya mar. Halawa ban yama ya naya ana kaya makwa ta naya shabataya yasharala yamasha pa ka taya malashapati hatasa I raha makal mashapa kawath mashapakwath shabataya banayaman walamaha walamath da
it's like no math.
walama dabarath.
That's it. It's like the other end.
Oh yeah. Alaya Kadabara.
Stop saying the other end.
Kadabar. Hasa.
Good job. So in English.
First Samuel 9:15.
Okay. The book of Samuel, the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 9, verse 15 in the English. Now the Lord had told Samuel in his ear a day before Saul came, saying.
Now, at this point, remember, this is the era in Israel where it was the end of us having judges over us. Just a quick recap. Israel, Samuel was getting old. His sons grew up and were supposed to become judges over Israel. They did become judges over Israel, but the problem is, they say the apple don't fall far from the tree. Well, sometimes it does. If the tree is on the hill, the apple can roll down, right? Right. So, you know what I mean? Samuel's sons did not do as their father did. They did not judge righteously for Israel. It said in the scriptures that they judged for money, lucre. And you know what I mean? They judged, they were taking bribes. They didn't judge righteously. They didn't judge fairly. You know what I mean? So the people came to Samuel and begged Samuel to beg the Lord for a king. To have a king rule over us just like all the other nations had. They exactly said like the other nations. Right. Okay? And Samuel went to the Lord. The Lord told Samuel, don't worry about it. Samuel was offended. He was hurt. He felt rejected. He felt that the people had turned their backs on him. And the Lord said, no, Samuel, don't worry about it. They're not rejecting you. They're rejecting me. Right. They don't want me to rule over them because the Lord ruled directly over our people with the judges. You know what I mean? We'd have a righteous judge. He would judge matters. For the weightier, heavier matters, he would go to the Lord. The judge would pray to the Lord, and the Lord would communicate with the judge through the angels. You know what I mean? So the Lord was directing Israel's steps and judging matters in Israel then, but we wanted a king. So Samuel told us what type of king that we would have. We would have a warlord. Right. That the king that ruled over us would be a wartime king. That he would galvanize the armies. He would take all the young men and make them a part of his armies. He would militarize the men, and he was going to domesticate this. He was going to militarize the sons and domesticate the daughters. You know what I mean? That he was going to take everything from us. And once he had taken everything, he was even going to take us as his possession. But the people still wanted a king. So the Lord said, don't worry, I'm going to send you a king. And here comes a young man named Saul, a nice, tall young man, well-respected amongst the people. It said he was a good, don't worry about the door. Oh, we got that. You know what I mean? He was respected. He was tall, handsome looking guy. People liked him. You know what I mean? He stood head and shoulders above the rest. So Saul went to the seer. Back in the days, the prophets were called seers. Saul went to the seer. The seer told him, now he asked, who is the seer? Where can I find the seer? And the person told him, hey, he's going to go up here. He'll be in this place at this time. So if you go along this road at this time of day, you'll run right into the seer. Back in the days, the prophets were called seers. Now we call them prophets. So this is where we're at in the story. All right. So Saul is going to see the prophet. He's going to see Samuel, where Samuel is at. You know what I mean? And as I said, before Saul, the day before Saul came to see Samuel, the Lord told Samuel something. Continue on.
Verse 16. And tomorrow about this time, I will send thee a man out of the land of Benjamin, mm-hmm. and thou shalt anoint him to be captain over my people Israel, that he may save my people out of the hand of the Philistines. Mm-hmm. For I have looked upon my people, because their cry is to come unto me.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Verse 17. And when Samuel saw Saul, the Lord said unto him, behold, the man who I spake to thee of these same shall reign over my people. Mm-hmm. Verse 18. Then Saul drew near to Samuel in the gate and said, tell me, I pray thee, where the seer's house is. Verse 19, and Samuel answered Saul and said, I am the seer. Go up before unto me at the high place, for ye shall.
Read that again, Salaki. Go ahead.
Oh,
as it's written.
I am the seer. Go up before unto the high, go up before me unto the high place. For ye shall eat with me today and tomorrow. I will let thee go, and I will tell thee all that is in thy heart.
So basically, Saul saw the old man. He said, where's the prophet? Could you show me where the seer is? He said, I'm the seer.
Right.
You found me. So this is what you're going to do. Go up with me up to the high place. Sit back and eat with me. And today and tomorrow, I'll let you go, and I'll tell you everything that's in your heart. I'll tell you everything that's in your mind. You know what I mean? I'll let you know what your purpose for being here. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 20, and as for thy asses that were lost 3 days ago, set not thy mind on them, for they are found, and on whom is all that desire of Israel. It is not on thee, on all thy father's house.
Read that again. I got to read it as it's written.
As it is, and as for the eyes of, verse 20, and as for thine asses that were lost 3 days ago, set not thy mind on them.
He said, as far as that, because Saul was looking for, they had lost 3 asses. They had lost 3 donkeys. And his father sent them looking for him. He looked all over Israel for days and days and could not find them. That's why he was seeking the seer, because he told his servants, look, let's go home before my father send out some people looking for us, because he's going to get to worrying about us because we've been gone for so long.
Right.
But we cannot find these asses. So look, before we go home, let's go see a seer so he can let us know what we should do. Should we continue looking for the asses? Where are they? Or should we just go ahead and go on back home? You know what I mean? He going to let us know which way we should go. All right, so keep going.
For they are found, and on whom all and on whom is all the desire of Israel. It is not on thee, and on all thy father's house.
So he said, listen, don't worry about the three asses you were looking for that led you here. They're found. Okay, they're good. They're safe. So everything is not, it's not all on you. It's on, all your desires now are on Israel. It's not just on you. It's on you and your father's house. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Verse 21, and Saul answered and said, am not I a Benjamite of the smallest of the tribes of Israel, and my family the least of all the families of the tribe of Benjamin? Wherefore then speaketh thou so to me?
So basically, he said, and on whom is all the desires of Israel? It is not on thee and on all thy father's house. So that confused him. Like, what do you mean all the desires of Israel aren't on me and my father's house? I'm from Benjamin. Aren't we the smallest tribe? You got to remember at that time, this is also after Benjamin was almost wiped out of Israel for sins. A couple generations ago, a couple chapters back, Benjamin had went to war with the rest of Israel. You know what I mean? And Benjamin was almost completely wiped out as a tribe. Okay, and then don't get it wrong. Benjamin was kicking a lot of tail. Okay, Benjamin went to war with Israel, and Benjamin was winning, but the Lord eventually was not with Benjamin, and Benjamin almost was completely wiped out. Okay, so that's why now he's saying, I'm from the smallest tribe of all of Israel, and he's like, I'm from the smallest house of the smallest tribe. So he said, I'm the least of the least. He's like, what do you mean all the desires of Israel are going to be on me and my father's house? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just looking for 3 asses that we lost. You know what I mean? I'm from the smallest house and the smallest tribe. He's basically saying, I'm nothing. What do you mean about all the desires of Israel? So he's a little confused. All right, so back to the Hebrew.
Come. 1 Samuel chapter 9, verse 22 in the Hebrew. Where you quack. Shema wa'al, af. Shema wa'al, wa'af. Na'ira ya. It's like na'ira wa. Where you but, ya Lashakata. Where you done, lahum. Mokawam. Bara'ash. Hakor wa. Hakor wa ayam. Wahama. Ka'alashat. It's like Kashala, Shiyam, Ayash. Verse 23, where you Amar, Sama wa'al, Latabak, Hana, Af, Hamana, Ashar, Natataya, Laka, Ashar, Amarataya, Alayak, Shayam, Ata, Imak. Verse 24, where you rum, Hatabak, Af, Hashawak, Waha'alaya, where you sham, Lapanya, Sha'awal, where you Amar, Hana, Hanasha'ar, Ayash, Lapanayak, Akal, Kaya, Lamawa'ai, Samawar, Laka, La'amar, Ha'ain, Kor Atiyah, where you Akal, Sha'awal, Ain, Samawa'al, Bayawam, Hahawa'ah, verse 25. Rawadawa, Mabama, Haya'ir, where you Dabar, Ain, Sha'awal, Al, Hagag, verse 26, where you Shekamawa, where you Hayah, Ka'adawaf, Akar, it's like Hashakar, where you Korah up, Samawa'al, Al, Sha'awal, Hagag, Hagaga, La'amar, Ko'amah, Wa'ashakal, it's like Wa'asha, Lakak, where you Kwam, Sha'awal, where you Taza Awa, Shana Yahum, Hawa'ah, Washama'al, Hakawatazaha, verse 27, Hama, your word yum, Bakutazaha, Ha'ayar, Washamawal, Amar, Al, Shawal, Amar, Lana'ir, where you Ibar, Lapana Yanwa, it's like Lapana Yanwa, where you Ibar, Wa'ata, Imad, Kayawam, Wasam, where you Ike, Af, the bar, Alahiyam.
No, if you're in the middle of reading, I'll get that.
Okay.
Okay. Keep going.
Come. It's the book of 1 Samuel chapter 10, verse 1 in the Hebrew. Where you quack, Shema wa'al, Af, Paka, Hashaman, where to Zak, Al, Rashawa, where Sakwa, where you Amar, Halawa, Kaya, Mashakak, Yahweh, Al, Nikolatu, what? Lana Ayad. It's like Lana Gayad.
All right. Pick up in the English.
Okay.
1 Samuel chapter 10, verse 1.
9 and 22.
Oh, the book of 1 Samuel chapter 9, verse 22. And Samuel took Saul and his servant and brought them into the parlor and made them sit in the chiefest place among them that were bidding, which were about 30 persons.
All right, so like I said, when Saul came to Samuel, he took him to the high place where he was going, and it's 30 people in the room. And Samuel took Saul, who just said, listen, I'm from the smallest house of the smallest tribe. I'm nothing. Why are you treating me so well? He took him and put him in the chiefest place. That means he set him at the head of everybody in the room out of 30 people. Keep going.
Verse 23, and Samuel said unto the cook, bring the portion which I gave thee, and which I said unto thee, set it by thee. Verse 24, and the cook took up the shoulder and that which was upon it and set it before Saul. And Samuel said, behold, that which is left, and set before thee.
Slow down. Slow down. Come go ahead.
Set it before thee.
Don't speak softly, but just slow down.
And eat. For unto this time has it been kept for these things I said, I have invited the people. So Saul did it with Samuel that day.
I remember it said the Lord came to Samuel the day before he met Saul and told Samuel what was going to happen. So Samuel already had basically a king's portion put aside for Saul. He had a portion of food. He told the chef beforehand, have this set aside until I tell you what to do with it. And he waited. He waited till he met Saul. He set Saul at the head of everybody, and he gave them the shoulder, which is a big piece of meat. You know what I mean? And he told the chef, now is the time. I told you before to hold this until I tell you what to do with it. Now go serve that man right there. Go ahead.
Verse 25, and when they were come down from the high place into the city, Samuel communed with Saul upon the top of the house. Verse 26, and they arose early, and it came to pass about the spring of the day that Samuel called Saul to the top of the house, saying, up, that I may send thee away. And Saul arose. They went out before.
Slow down.
They went out, both of them, he and Samuel, abroad.
So after they finished eating, he took them up to the high place, to the top of the house, and told them, come sit with me for a while, and then I'm going to send you on your way. You know what I mean? Saul, now keep in mind, Saul has no idea what's going on right now. He has no idea why he's there. He has no idea why Samuel, as it called him here, the seer, but it explained that seers back in the prophets were called seers back in the days. Right. He has no idea why Samuel the seer is treating him so well, put him in the head of a room, took him to the high place, put him ahead of 30 people in the room, gave him the biggest portion of food. Now he has him at the top of the house with him. These are all honors.
Right.
These are things that normal people, you know what I mean, it doesn't happen. If you're a normal person, you'll be lucky to be invited to the high place where the seer is. You know what I mean? Where there 30 people is in a room, you'll just be in that room with the 30 people. You're definitely not getting the biggest portion.
Right.
You know what I mean? But remember, Israel is begging for a king right now. This is the end of the era of judges. This is the end of that era. And everyone, we know who King Saul is. Saul, at this point, did not know who he was going to be. Right. So you're witnessing that history happen. Keep continuing.
Verse 27, and as they were going down to the end of the city, Samuel said to Saul, bid the servant pass before us. And he passed on. But stand thou still, verse 3, a while.
Whoa. Read it the correct way. Go ahead.
But stand thou still. Verse 3, a while.
Verse 3. Where are you seeing verse 3?
Don't
read that.
Oh, okay. And still a while, that I may shew thee the word of God.
So he said, listen, as they were going to the end of the city, he said, send your servants on ahead of us. Let your servants pass on past us. So, and hang back with me, stand with me for a little while, and I'm gonna tell you what the Lord has to say for. I'm gonna tell you what the Lord told me. You came to see this, the prophet. Well, this is what the Lord told me to deliver to you. Keep going.
Chapter 10. Then Samuel took.
No, Salaki. Read that the correct way.
Oh, the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 10, verse 1. Then Samuel took a vial of oil and poured it upon his head and kissed him and said, "It is not because the Lord has anointed thee to be captain over his inheritance."
Now, when he said kiss him, it's as we do. He saluted him. He didn't literally kiss the brother. You know what I mean? That's the holy kiss. As same thing that they did to Christ. You know what I mean? It's a way of saluting when you salute your brother and one shoulder to other shoulder. You know, the French, if you see the French, they kiss on each cheek. They have twisted the way that we salute each other, that Israelites salute each other. If you could, sis, put your phone on silent. Oh, it's all right. Oh, okay. But that's just the holy kiss, the holy embrace. You know what I mean? He didn't literally kiss. All right. So we got that's an image that, you know, the unlearned think that men in the Bible were kissing each other. You know what I'm saying? That's not true. All right. But anyway, though, he anointed them with oil. He saluted the brother and said, "It's not because the Lord has anointed thee to be captain over his inheritance." But this is what the Lord is doing for Samuel. He told him to let Samuel, to place Samuel as captain over the people so that they can defeat the Philistines. You know what I mean? So this is his journey. This is Saul's start of his journey to become king. All right, so we'll pick back up in the Hebrew. I got this one out. Okay. It's the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 10 and verse 2 in the Hebrew. Balakatak. Hayawam. Ma'ai Madya. Wamatazat. Shanya. Anashim. Ain. Kwabath. Recall. Banabawal. Banyaman. Batazal Tazak. Wamawa. Alayak. Namatazawa. Ha'athan. Hawatanwath. Ashar. Halakath. Labakwash. Wahana. Natash. Abayak. Ath. Debarya. Ha'a. Thanawath. Wa. Ba'ag. Lakam. Lamar. Ma'a. Aisha. Labanya. Verse 3. With the Lapath. Masham. Wahala'ah. Waba'ath. I. Alwan. Kabawar. Wamatazawan. Sham. Shalasha. Anashim. Alayam. Al. Halahayam, Bayath, Al, Akkad, Nasha, Shalasha, Gadayayam, Wakad, Wakad, Nasha, Shalasha, Kakarwath, Lakam, Wakad, Nasha, Nabal, Yayan, verse 4. Washalaki. Washalawa, Lak, Lasha Lawam, Wa Nathnawa, Lak, Shathia, Lakam, Walakath, Walakath, Wala Kwakath, Mayadam, verse 5, Akar, Kaz, Tabawa, Naba'ith, Hala Halik, Ha'a Laham, Ha'a Lahayam, Ashar, Sham, Natazabia, Phalashathium, Wayahaya, Kabath, Kabak, Sham, Ha'ayar, Wapana'ith, Kabal, Nabayayim, Yeradium, Maha Bama, Wala Panyam, Salakia, Nabal, Wathak, Wakal Ya'al, Wakanwa, Wahama, Mathanab Ayam, verse 6. Watazal, Watazalath, ha. Oh, that's a ka, right? What is a laka? Alawak, sorry, Alayak, Rawak, Yahweh, Wahath, Nabayath, Amam, Winnehapakath, Layash, Akar, verse 7. Wahaya, Kaya, Tabayana, Tabana, Ha'atawath, Ha'alaha, Lak, Asha, Lak, Ashar, Tamatazah, Yadak, Kaya, Ha'alahayam, Imar, verse 8. Oh, Slaki, Imak, the water. Verse 8. Will ya Radath, Lapanya, Hagalagal, Wahana, Anakia, Yerad, Alayak, Laha'il, Salaki, Waha, Alawath, Alawath, Lazabak, Lazabak, Zabakia, Shalamya, Shabbai, Yamayam, the Wakal, Bawaya, Alayak, Waha, with the Ithia, Lak, Ashar, the Asher.
Okay, the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 10, verse 6.
2.
Oh, 2. When thou art departed from me today, then thou shalt find 2 men of ratios,
By Rachel's.
by ratios,
Sepulcher.
Sepulcher,
Mm-hmm.
in the border of Benjamin,
Mm-hmm.
at Salah, and they will say unto thee, the asses will thou winstest to seek are found, and lo, thy father hath left thy care of the asses, and sorrow for you, saying, what shall I do for my son?
So he said, when you leave from me, you're going to go to Rachel's sepulcher at the border of Benjamin at Salzar, and you're going to find the asses. They're going to be there. 2 men are going to have found them, and they're going to say that your father actually was worried about you. You know, we found the asses, they're being taken care of, but your father's worried about you. He wants to know, you know, what happened to you and what should he do? Should he send people looking for you because you've been gone so long? Read.
Verse 3, then shall thou go on forward from thence, and thou shalt come to the plain of Tabor, and they shall meet thee 3 men going up to God, to Bethel, one carrying 3 kids, and the other carrying 3 loaves of bread, and another carrying a bottle of wine.
Keep on.
Verse 4, and they will salute thee and give thee 2 loaves of bread, which thou shalt receive of their hands.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 5, after that those shall come to the hill of God, where is the garrison of the Philistines,
Mm-hmm.
and it shall come to pass when thou art to thither,
When thou art come thither, go ahead.
When y'all come thither,
Mm-hmm.
to the city, that thou shalt meet a company of prophets coming down from the high place with a psaltery,
Mm-hmm.
and a tabret, and a pipe, and a harp before them, and they shall prophesy.
Basically, so you're going to go over here, you're going to meet these men. They're going to have 3 kids, loaves of bread, and a bottle of wine. Now, the 3 kids, kids are calves. They're, you know what I mean? They don't think he's not literally going to be carrying 3 kids. But when you meet them, they're going to be going, then you're going to run into prophets. And these prophets, everything that they just named, those are instruments that they're going to have. Okay? And they're going to prophesy to you. Keep going.
And the Spirit of the Lord will come upon thee, thou shalt prophesy with them, and shall be turned into another man.
Okay, that's self-explanatory. So when these prophets start prophesying and they're going to be playing their music and doing everything they're doing, the Spirit of the Lord is going to come on you. And when that happens, you're going to become a brand new man.
Right.
So the person that you are now will no longer exist. You know what I mean? You're going to become a brand new man when you meet these people. Go ahead, Karam.
And let it be, when these signs are come unto thee, that thou as occasion serve thee, for God is with thee.
So he said, and when it happens, let it happen. Basically, don't find it. These signs are going to come to you and do it and do and serve the Lord, as the occasion says. You know what I mean? Stand up, accept what's happening, accept that this is the Lord changing you into a new man. Read.
Verse 8, and thou shalt go down before me to Gilgal, and behold, I will come down unto thee and offer and to offer a burnt offering and to sacrifices of peace of offerings. 7 days shalt thou tarry till I come to thee and shew thee that what thou shalt do.
So basically, yeah. So go down there. Behold, he said, when you go down, offer burnt offerings, sacrifice peace offerings, stay there 7 days, and the Lord is going to come. I'll come to you and I'll show you what you're going to need to do. You know what I mean? So he said, just give me some time, go down and do what the Lord needs you to do. God is with you. These are the things you need to do. Once you do these things, then I'm going to come down and show you the way. Okay. All right. Next one. Actually, you know what? Let's get the trooper up here. Our next priest.
Moms need to stand, just us. Next priest.
Yes. No, sis.
Is it that registry?
Trooper Kayabakwan.
Your tribe?
Tribe of Issachar.
Ban Issachar.
Ban Issachar.
Ban Yasharala.
Ban Yasharala.
Kayabakwa. Ban Yashikar. Ban Yashikar. Ban Yasharala. Salute. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem. Yahushua. Barakatah.
So how you read it in English? Come on. Come on out. Lord. Yep. That's what he said. That's in the Father. All right, so he's going to read in the Hebrew. You're going to read the English. All right? All right, let's get going.
It's the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 10.
And 10
verse,
and 9.
10, verse 9 in the Hebrew. Wahaya. Kapanawatia. It's like a Kapanawa. Kapana the what? Shakama what? Lalakath. Ma'aim. Shamawa all. Where you a park? Lawa. Alahayam. Laba. A car. Where you but what? Call. Hatawaf. Ha'ala. Bayawam. Hahawa'a. Verse 10. Wayabawa. Sham. Hagaba'ida. Wahana. Kabal. Naba'ayam. Nakora Atawa. What the Tazalak. Al Yawa. Rawaf. It's like a Rawak. Alayam. Wayatana Ba'a. Batawakam. Verse 11. Wayahaya. Call. Yawara Iwa. Ma'atamawa, Shalashawam, Wayarawa, Wahana, Aim, Naba Ayam, Naba Waya Amar, Ha'ain, Ayas, All, Raihawa, Ma, Za, Haya, Laban, Koyash, Hagam, Sha'awal, Banabaya Ayam, verse 12, Waya Ain, Ayash, Masham, Waya Amar, Wamaya, Abayaham, Al, Khan, Hayata, Lamashal, Hagam, Sha'awal, Banaba Ayam, verse 13, where you call, Matana, Bawath, where you Ba'a, Habama, verse 14, where you Amar, Dawak, Sha'awal, Al-Yuwa, Wa'al, Na'ibawa, An, Halakatam, where you Amar, Dabakwash, Af, Hatanawath, Wanara Aha, Kaya, Ayan, Wanabawa, All, Shamawa, All, verse 15, where you Amar, Dawad, Sha'awal, Hagayada, Na'a, Laya, Ma, Amar, Nakam, Shamawa, All.
All right. In the English, 10 and 9.
Book of 1 Samuel, chapter 10, verse 9. And it was so that when he had turned his back to go from Samuel, God gave him another heart, and all those signs came to pass that day. And when they came thither to the hill, behold, a company of prophets met him. And the Spirit of God came upon him, and he prophesied among them.
And to show you, Saul followed what he was told. As soon as he turned his back from Samuel, he started changing that moment. So all the prophecies had everything, that all the signs came to pass that day because he turned his back and his spirit changed his heart. When it said his heart, we know that it said God gave him another heart. The heart is not that thing that beats in your chest, for those that do not know. Your heart is your mind. Whenever the Bible speaks of the heart, it's talking about your mind. So when Saul turned away from Samuel, the Lord gave him a different mind state. As soon as he turned around, his thoughts changed. His thought process changed. All right, keep going.
Verse 11. And it came to pass when all that knew him before time saw that, behold, he prophesied among the prophets. Then the people said one to another, what is this that is come unto the son of Kish? Is Saul also among the prophets?
You see how the Lord changed him. He met the prophets and he started prophesying amongst the prophets. The Lord then made Saul into a new man already, to the point that the people that knew him was like, what's going on? Like, is Saul a prophet? You know, they're amazed by the fact that he's amongst these well-known prophets and he's prophesying with them. You know what I mean? That's something that the brother had. Now, yeah, he was well-liked. You know what I mean? He had a good stature about him. He was a tall young man that stood above the rest, and everybody liked Saul, but nobody knew what the Lord had in store for him. And now they're seeing him transform in front of their eyes. Go ahead.
Verse 12. And one of the same place answered and said, but who is their father? Therefore it became a proverb, is Saul also among the prophets?
So that's what the people are. This is what happens to us. When the Lord moves your feet, when the Lord gives you a sign, you know what I mean, that you're a little bit more than what you may realize you were. You take that opportunity to change. You know what I mean? When he turned around from Samuel, he turned around and instantly started to change. His mind, the way he thought, was different, to the point where he started prophesying with known prophets. This is the transformation that the Lord can put into every last one of us. When we walk through these doors, We turned our back on the world and we came up in here, and the Lord gave us a different thought process.
Right.
The Lord gave us different eyes. He gave us a different spirit, to the point that the people that know us, when they see us doing this, they say, man, is this Kaya? Is this Azan?
Right.
Is this Karam? You know what I mean? Is this Marai? But they call you by your worldly name. They know you by your name that they knew in the world. But we know you, now the Lord knows you by your Hebrew name.
That's right.
The Lord knows you by the person that he transformed you into. Like I said, we're looking at this story. We just see Saul, but we know King Saul. We know the man that he became, but now we're seeing where he started. How many of us knew that Saul started this way? You get what I'm saying? You're getting to witness the transformation. The Lord changes people when you actually pay attention to the signs like Samuel told them and let it happen. Don't resist the Lord. Don't fight the Lord. Then you become a new person. Then you become different than you were. And even the people that know you won't recognize you, and they'll wonder what happened. Keep going.
Verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
And when he had made an end of prophesying, he came to the high place.
Mm-hmm.
And Saul's uncle said unto him and to his servant, Whither went ye? And he said, To seek the asses. And when he saw that they were nowhere, we came to Samuel.
Mm-hmm.
And Saul's uncle said, Then tell me, I pray thee, what Samuel said unto you.
All right. So then his uncle's like, yo, his uncle's amazed. Where'd you go? You know, that's what that's what he just asked Samuel. Where'd you go? Like, you know, you disappeared for a couple of days. Now you come back prophesying. Where'd you go? He said, well, I went to look for the asses that disappeared, and then when I couldn't find them, I went to Samuel. I went to the seer, to the prophet. Well, what did he tell you? Like, he has to know. He wants to know what's going on with you. You know what I mean, nephew? What happened to you over this little trip that you went on for these several days or so that changed you so greatly? That's how quickly the Lord changed Saul. That's how greatly the Lord changed Saul in an instant. All right, let's call the next troop up.
Must be sustained, just us. Next priest.
No. Present thy registry.
Azan Yahweh.
And your tribe?
Ephraim.
No. Ban.
Ban
Ephraim.
Ban Yasharal.
Azan Yahweh.
Ban Ephraim.
Ban Ephraim. Ban Yasharal. Yahweh.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Barakatah.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Barakatah. Thank you. Wait. All right. All right, you're gonna read the English, Morales, last couple in the Hebrew.
Mm-hmm. It's the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 10, verse 7, verse 16 of the Hebrew. Where Amar, Shemawal, it's like Sha'awal, all. Daradawa, it's like the Dawad, oh, good name, first time I said it, Dawada, Hagad, Hagayad, Lanaya, it's like Lanawa, Kaya, Namataza Awa, Hatanawath, Wa'af, the bar, Hamalawaka, La'a, Hagayad, Lawa, Ashar, Amar, Shemawal, 17. We at Taza'ik, Shemawal, Af, Ha'ain, Al, Yahweh, Hamatazapah, 18. Where you Amar, Al, Banaya, Yashala, Ka, Amar, Yahweh, Alahaya, Yashala, Anakaya, Ha'ila, Gathia, Af, Yashala, Mama Tazarayam, it's like Mama Tazarium. What Atazayal at the come, Mayad, Matazarian, Wamayad, call, Hamamalak Kawaf, Halakazatayam, at the come, verse 19, Wa Atam, Hayawam, Ma'asatam, Af, Alayahayakam, Ashar, Hawa Mawasha, Mawaya, it's like Mawasha, Ya'ai, Lakam, Makal, Ra'ai with the Yakam, what the Zar the Yakam, what the Amarwa, all, it's like Lawa, Kaya, Malak, Dashawaf, it's like Dashawam, it's like Dashayam.
There you go.
Al Yanawa, Waita, Hataya Tazabakwa. It's like what the ya Tazabaya, what the ya Tazabawa, Lapanya, Yahweh, the Shabbati come, Wala'a, Lapayakam, verse 20, where you Korab, some of all, Af, Call, Shabbatiya, Yashala, where the Kud, Shabbat, Bani Yaman, verse 21, where you Korab, Af, Shabbat, Bani Yaman, Lamashapak the what? Lamashapak you what? What the Lakad? Mashabakaf. Hamataraya. Walakad. It's like where you Lakad. Shawal. Ban. Koyash. We have Bakushawa. Wala'a. Namataza'a. Verse 22. Where Yeshua, I was. But Yahweh, Haba, I was. Halam, Ayash, where Amar, Yahweh, Hana, Hawa'a, Nakaba'a, all. Hakalayam.
That's it. Switch over to the English. Start at verse 16. So
First Samuel 10, verse 16. And Saul said unto his uncle, he told us plainly that the asses were found, but of the matter of the kingdom whereof Samuel spake, he told him not.
He said, so he told me that the asses were going to be found, but as everything else was happening with our kingdom, he didn't tell me a thing.
Right.
So that his uncle's trying to figure out how he was able to prophesy whatever he was prophesying up there. But he's saying, hey, I don't know. Samuel didn't tell me nothing. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Verse 17. And Samuel called the people together unto the Lord to Mizpah. Verse 18. And said unto the children of Israel, thus saith the Lord God of Israel, I brought up Israel out of Egypt and delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians and out of the hand of all kingdoms and of them that oppressed you. Verse 19. And ye have this day rejected your God, who himself saved you out of all your adversaries, adversities, Salakia, and your tribulations, and ye have said unto him, nay, but set a king over us. Now therefore present yourselves before the Lord by your tribes and by your thousands.
So Samuel called the people together and said, hey, listen, the Lord said this, I brought you up out of Israel. I brought you up out of Egypt. I delivered you. I saved you. I've saved you from every adversity you've had. I've pulled you out of every piece of trouble you've ever gone through. everything that's gone wrong. Since you came up out of from Egypt to now, I've been there for you and I saved you, and you turn your back on me and demanding a king. You don't want me to judge you. You don't want my direct help. You want a king to rule over you. You know what I mean? The Lord is a little insulted by our actions, and as he should be. You know what I mean? This is a point in history where we had the Lord directly leading and guiding us, and now we want some intercessor, as a Christian church say. We want somebody to make intercession. But we had that with the judges. You know what I mean? But with such a stiff-necked people, with such a hard-headed people, we look at everything everybody around us is doing and think that it's better, when we're actually better than them. You know what I mean? Our laws keep us clean. Our laws keep us, you know what I mean, out of the streets. Our laws keep us off drugs. Our laws keep us, our women, out of the clubs and off stripper poles. You know what I mean? Our laws stop us from killing each other and dealing unwisely with each other. The world has set itself up on our laws, the way that we govern ourselves, the way that we have, the Lord told us to govern ourselves. The world has structured itself around us, but we want to follow everything else in the world. And that's how we're in the point we are now. And even in this story, even in this point in history with Samuel, this is how we're going to end up where we are now, because we always want to look at the other nations and think that they're right or they got something better than what we have.
That's right.
When they actually want to be us. We see they got a king. We had judges that defended us, that led armies. You know what I mean? But because the last two judges that we had were crooked, instead of going to Samuel and say, hey, could you ask the Lord to replace your sons? And so we can get some righteous judges up here for our nation. We go and beg for a king to rule over us. And we're going to follow that king faithfully. Well, here we are. Keep going.
Verse 20. And when Samuel had caused all the tribes of Israel to come near, the tribe of Benjamin was taken. Verse 21. When he had caused the tribe of Benjamin to come near by their families, the family of Matri was taken. And Saul the son of Kish was taken. And when they sought him, he could not be found.
So Samuel said, come up, present yourself. We do that to this day. We've been doing that since Moses. Present thy registry. Present yourself by your tribe. Present yourself by your thousands. So all the tribes came up, and out of all the tribes, Benjamin was taken. And then out of all the houses in the tribe of Benjamin, the house of Matri was taken. And then out of all the people in that house, Saul was taken. Keep going.
Come on, sir. Verse 22. Therefore, they inquired of the Lord further, if the man should yet come thither. And the Lord answered, behold, he had hid himself among the stuff.
They're like, well, what? Who is this man? Bring him forward. You know, can the man come forward? He said, no, he's hidden. The Lord hid him. How much time we got left? All right. Let's just finish out 23 to 27. Go ahead and do this out in the English. All right, keep going.
Verse 23. And they ran and fetched him thence. And when he stood among the people, he was higher than any of the people from his shoulders and upward.
So they went and got Saul. When they finally found him, they went and fetched him. As I said, Saul was a tall man. He was taller than everybody. If not saying he was like a giant, you know what I mean? But he from his shoulders up, he was a tall man. He stood above the rest. Go ahead.
Verse 24. And Samuel said to all the people, see ye him whom the Lord had chosen, that there is none like him among all the people. And all the people shouted and said, God save the king.
Now, see how wicked our people are towards the Lord? You know what I mean? They brought Samuel out. At this point, he's the tallest man in Israel. You know what I mean? And he stands out above the rest because he's so tall. You know what I mean? And they're looking at him. And Samuel said, hey, look at this brother. look how he stands out from everybody. Look how he's different than everybody. And immediately they said, God save the king. He ain't even been anointed king yet. Matter of fact, the Lord was simply making, at this point, the Lord was making him a captain over the army so he could go and fight the Philistines for us. And they had already called him a king. Go ahead.
Verse 25. Then Samuel told the people the manner of the kingdom and wrote it in a book and laid it up before the Lord. And Samuel sent all the people away, every man to his house.
Keep going.
Verse 26. And Saul also went home to Gibeah. And there went with him a band of men whose hearts God had touched.
Keep going.
Verse 27. But the children of Belial said, how shall this man save us? And they despised him and brought him no presents, but he held his peace.
And said, look, then the children of Belial looked at Saul like, what's the big deal about him? How he gonna save us? So much so, they hate him so much, they didn't even give their new king that day. Now keep in mind, they among the houses that begged the Lord for a king, but they're not even gonna give a new king a present. You know what I mean? When the Lord gives them what they ask for. You know what I mean? That's why the Lord, as generations and generations move forward, he called us a stiff-necked people. You know what I mean? Because we're hard-headed and stiff-necked people. The Lord gives us chance after chance after chance after chance, and we do our best to throw it up in his face every time we get a chance to. Let the smallest thing go wrong, or the smallest thing happen that we don't agree with, or we don't see why this happened this way. Instead of being patient and waiting on the Lord to show you his plan, we want to go and make our own plans. We want to go and go back into the ways of things that make us comfortable, or we completely turn our back on the Lord. There's so many brothers and sisters that have come through this door and the Lord tested them in the slightest little way. And then they turn their back on the Lord and they go back out into the world, and their situation ends up 1,000 times worse than before they came up in here. You know what I mean? They end up, brothers and sisters have come in here and gone out and left the truth and have died, have ended up strung out on drugs, because you make an oath to the Lord. You ask the Lord to send you to where you're supposed to be at. And when he sends you there, just because it may not be everything you done fantasize it to be in your head, doesn't mean that it's not where the Lord is or where you're supposed to be. It doesn't mean that the Lord's not giving you what you asked for. He's giving it to you his way, not your way. That's the problem that we're having right here. That's why the children of Belial didn't bring Saul a present when the Lord is giving them the king that they asked for. But they had something in their mind. They didn't envision in their mind what they thought the king should be. And now they're going to disrespect. But Saul was a patient man. He let it slide. Being the person that he was at this time, he didn't let it bother him. He let it slide. The Lord does that a lot with us. He gives us chance after chance after chance. It's up to us to stop trying to make it what we want it and let it be what the Lord wants it to be. All right, understood?
All
right, with that.
Muslim is stand just us.
Right hand. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold with both hands, hold the goblet out. Repeat after me. Yah, La, Yasharala.
Yala, Yasharala.
Drink it. Lift up the scrolls.
Muslim.
No. We'll go ahead and hand it to him. Put it over your right shoulder. Grab both of these. Shit right in there. It's more comfortable. It's more comfortable.
A Muslim, this means to stand. Upon Akadam, you turn to face the east. You're going to do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kwadash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malawaka. Taba'ah. Ratazai. Hayah. Aisha. Baratazah. Kuwa. Hayah. Bashemayim. Nathalanau. Nakam. Cal. Yawam. What's the luck now? Come away now. Kasalaki now. Come away now. Wala Tabayai now. On the side one. A ball. Habashai now. Mayan. Right. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Waha'ala. Watapara. The Awalami.
Aman. In the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. On earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debt. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
I cocked the pound of the Hebrew. Yahweh. Ba'ashem. Yahweh Shai. Baba Kashab. Nathalanau. Hakat. Lara Pa'ah. Call Makalab. Call Madawa. Hakat. Latahar. Hamatazarayim. Hakat. Lahakim. Hamathi. Hakat. Al-Kawa. Tama'ala. The Garshun. Ba'ashem Yahushai. What Aman in the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the leper. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you, so be it. Prayer of best Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Ba'ashem. Yahweh Shai. Baraklanau. Wa Yasha'ala. Wahabayah. Saparia. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. What Aman
in the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Bless us. And Israel. And the school. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you, so be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah. Ayanya. Al-Hahariya. Mayan. Yaba'ah. Izari. Ma'ayin. Yahweh. Aisha. Shamayam. Wa'aratazah. Ayathan. Lamawat. Regalka. Al-Yanawam. Shamark. Hanala'ah. Yanawam. Wala'ah. Yayashun. Shawamar. Yasha'ala. Yahweh. Shamark. Yahweh. Tazar. Al-Yeh. Yamyaka. Yawamah. Hashamat. La'ah. Yakaika. Wayarak. Balayallah. Yahweh. Yashamark. Makal Rai. Yashamar. Napashka. Yahweh. Yashamar. Taza'atka. Wabawa'atka. Ma'itha. Wa'ai. Awalam.
In the English. I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from the Lord,
My help cometh from the Lord,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in.
from this time forth
This time forth
and even forevermore.
live forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayam.
Alahayam,
Al-Damayah.
Al-Damayah,
Lakah.
Lakah,
Al-Takarat.
all Thakarash,
Al-Tashakwat.
all Thashakwat, all
Kayahana.
Kayahana,
Wabika.
Awabika,
Yahama.
Yahamah,
Yawan.
Yawan,
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash,
Al-Amaka.
Al-Amaka,
Ya'arayamu.
Ya'arayamwa,
Sawada.
Sawada,
Wayata.
Wayata,
Ya'ai-Tazawah.
Ya'ai-Tazawah,
Al-Tazapawayaka.
Al-Tazapawamyaka,
Amaru.
Amaru,
Lakawa.
Lakawa,
Wanakakiyadam.
Wanakakidan,
Magaya.
Magaya,
Wala'a.
Wala'ai,
Yazakar.
Yasakar,
Sham Yasha'ala.
Shum Yasha'ala,
Iwada.
Iwadab,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Nawai Tazawah.
Na'ai-Tazawah,
Laba.
Labab,
Yakadu.
Yakadwa,
Ayaka.
Ayaka,
Boryat.
Baryat,
Yakaratu.
Yakarathwa,
Ahoya.
Ahoya,
Adawam.
Adawam,
Wayashmai.
Wayashimai,
Alayam.
Alayam,
Mawa'aba.
Mawa'aba,
Wahagaria.
Wahagaria,
Gabal.
Gabal,
Wa'amawan.
Wa'amawan,
Wa'amalak.
Wa'amalak,
Palashat.
Palashat,
Amishabi.
Yeshabia,
Tazawar.
Tazawar,
Gum Ashawar.
Gum Ashawar,
Nalawa.
Nalawa,
Imam.
Imam,
Hayawa.
Hayawa,
Zawawai.
Sarawai,
Labanya.
Labanya,
Lawat.
Lawat,
Salah.
Salah,
Aisha.
Aisha,
Laham.
Laham,
Kamari.
Kamadia,
Kasaya.
Kasaya,
Sara'ah.
Sara'ah,
Kayabi.
Kayabi,
Banakar.
Banakar,
Koyashawan.
Kayashawan,
Nashamadu.
Nashamadu,
Bayan.
Bayan,
Da'ira.
Da'ira,
Hayawa.
Ayawa,
Daman.
Daman,
La Adama.
La Adama,
Shayatam.
Shayatamba,
Nada.
Nadab,
Yatmua.
Yadmu,
Kaira.
Kaira,
Wakazabah.
Wakazabah,
Wakazabah.
Wakazabah,
Wakatazal Manai.
Wakatazalmanai,
Call Nasir Kamwa.
Call Nasir Kamwa,
Ashar.
Ashar,
Amaru.
Amaru,
Naya Rashad.
Naya Rashad,
Nanawa.
Nalawa,
Ah.
Ah,
Na'awa.
Na'awat,
Alahayam.
Alahayam,
Alahaya.
Alahaya,
Shayatamwa.
Shayatamba,
Kagalgalak.
Kagalgalak,
Kakwash.
Kakwat,
Lapanya.
Lapanya,
Rawaka.
Rawaka,
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash,
Daba'ira.
Dabaira,
Ya'ira.
Ya'ira,
Wakalahaba.
Wakalahaba,
Talahat.
Talahat,
Hariyam.
Hariyam,
Khan.
Khan,
Dewadat.
Daradatma,
Basaira.
Basairika,
Wabasa.
Wabasa,
Wapatka.
Wapatka,
Dabahalam.
Dabahalam,
Mala'a.
Mala'ai,
Panyaham.
Paniyaham,
Kuala One.
Palawan,
Wayat.
Rayat,
Bukwashwa.
Lakwashwa,
Shipka.
Shimka,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yabashwa.
Yabashwa,
Wayat.
Rayat,
Behold.
Behold,
Adiai.
Adiai,
Wayat.
Rayat,
Kapar.
Kapar,
Wayat.
Rayat,
Abadu.
Abadi,
Wayat.
Rayat,
Tahaywa.
Da'ira,
Kayat.
Kayat,
Atha.
Atha,
Shipka.
Shimka,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yabadi.
Yabadi,
Aywan.
Ayuwan,
Ah.
Ah,
Ka.
Ka,
Haratazah.
Saratazah. In the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace,
Hold not thy peace.
and be not still,
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
For lo,
thine enemies make a tumult,
thine enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate thee
and they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people,
and consulted
and consulted
against thy hidden ones.
against thy hidden one.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off
let us cut them off
from being a nation,
from being a nation.
that the name of Israel
The name of Israel
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more remembered.
For they have consulted together
They have consulted
with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gabal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur is also joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zaeb. Yea, all their princes at Sabbath and at Zalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. Oh, my power, make them like a wheel, as a stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth.
Sarge needs to turn. Sister Lashavia needs to be seated. Man of Israel, Imam Shabbat, Imam Barak,
How about Shimmy outside Barakatham?
Yazmatah, Sar needs to turn to face the sister. Sister Maja needs to stand. Good. You should just book down. You could. Hold your hands like this. Men of Israel, Imam Shabbat, Imam Barak, Yahweh Shabbat, Yahweh Sister Yahweh, Shamar, Al, Athah, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah.
What you just said in Hebrew was, may the Lord watch over you and protect you in the name of Christ.
Yazmatah, Sabbath service dismissed.